Hi, dear children. Welcome to Social Science online class. Today, we are going to learn 9th standard Political Science, first chapter, our Constitution. In this chapter, our Constitution, you learn the Constituent Assembly of Constitution, the Constitution Drafting Committee and framing of Constitution, the preamble to the Constitution, the salient features of the Constitution, the fundamental rights, duties, and directive principles of state policy. 15th August 1947 marked the end of the British colonial rule in India, and the country found itself standing on the threshold of a new era where the task was to build a strong nation. While India found itself independent from the British, it was still to find independence from social, economic, and political problems that had started to become a rock in the way of its growth. Soon after the independence, our country had to face many problems. Most important among them are: the first one, rehabilitating the refugees who migrated from Pakistan. Partition of India in 1947 triggered riot, mass casualties, loss, and colossal wave of migration. Around 12 to 15 million people moved to what they hoped would be safe territory. A large number of Hindus from Pakistan, a large number of Muslims from India migrate towards both directions. A large number of Hindus and Sikh moved towards the direction of our country. The second problem is merger of princely states. The states which were ruled by princes or kings are called princely states. There were 562 princely states in India at the time of independence. Most of the states, after showing initial hesitations, agreed to join the Indian federal structure. The Iron Man of India, Sardar Patel, successfully achieved the merger of princely states and provinces with the Indian Union. Sardar Patel was successful in protecting the internal security of the country. The third problem was maintenance of law and order. India had a challenge of creating its own constitution. India had to find its stability under its new constitution and had to emerge as a democratic republic. Under the chairmanship of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, the Constitutional Drafting Committee gave India a draft constitution. Now let us know about the structure of our constitution, its characteristics and fundamental rights and duties mentioned therein. The Indian Constituent Assembly. A Constituent Assembly is an assembly of popularly elected representatives which is assembled for the purpose of drafting or adopting a constitution or similar documents. Constitution is a set of rules and regulations guiding the administration of a state. The recommendations of the Motilal Nehru Committee and the decisions taken by the meeting of the National Congress at Karachi in 1939 emphasized the need for the formation of a Constituent Assembly. As per the recommendation of the Cabinet Commission, a Constituent Assembly with Indian members was formed in 1946. The Constituent Assembly had 389 members. After the partition of India, the total number of Constituent Assembly members came down to 299. There were 7 members from Mysore princely state in the Constituent Assembly. The first meeting of the new Constituent Assembly was held on 9th December 1946. The next meeting on 11th December 1946 under the chairmanship of Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Eminent persons like Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Patel, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad, C. Rajagopalachari, K.M. Munshi, T.T. Krishnamachari, Sarojini Naidu, Sujeta Kripalani attended the meeting. Prominent people from Karnataka as Nijalingappa, K.C. Reddy, Kangal Hanumandaya, Thekur Subramaniam, and others were also present in the meeting. Sessions of the Constituent Assembly. Drafting Committee. The Constituent Assembly formed 22 committees and 5 subcommittees to examine in details all the issues related to the country. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was the chairman of one of the most important committee, that is the Drafting Committee of Constitution. The important committees of the Constituent Assembly and their chairman. Based on the contribution of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar to the framing of Constitution, he is called as the Chief Architect of Indian Constitution. The other members of this committee were N. Gopalaswamy Iyengar, Alladi Krishnaswamy Iyer, K.M. Munshi, T.T. Krishnamachari, and some other eminent statesmen. Framing of the Constitution. The Constituent Assembly took 11 months and 18 days to complete its work. During these discussions, various laws enacted by the British government in 1909, 1919 and 1935. The British parliamentary system, the American Bill of Rights, the social directive principles of Ireland were studied, and some elements of those were incorporated. Finally, the Indian Constitution was approved on 26th November 1949 and came into force on 26th January 1950. This day, that is January 26th, is celebrated as Republic day of our country. Preamble to the Constitution. Preamble is the introductory part of the Constitution. The Indian Constitution has combined in itself the best features of different constitutions of the world and has its own preamble. The preamble contains the fundamental policies and ideals of the Constitution. It is the sum of the structure, values, principles, and goals of the Constitution. It is based on the aspirations and ideals of the people of India. The preamble is a part of the objective resolution put forward by Jawaharlal Nehru on December 13, 1946 and approved by the Constituent Assembly on January 22nd, 1947. This resolution upholds the natures of India's sovereign, democratic, republic nature, social, economic and political justice for all the people is upheld. The preamble to our Constitution is meaningful. It describes our political system and is a key to understand our Constitution. It has been described as the jewel of the Constitution. The preamble is referred to as political horoscope by K.M. Munshi. We, the Indian citizens. The preamble of the Constitution begins, "We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to the constitute India." The Indian Constitution is framed by the Indians. It strives to fulfill the dreams of Indians. Sovereign. India is a sovereign country and not under the control of any other country in the world. It is not a part of any bloc. It has its own foreign policy, non-alignment policy, and 5-year plans, by implementing which the country has achieved internal and external autonomy. Socialist. The goal of our Constitution is to create social equality and promote welfare of all the people in our country. To enable this, Directive principles of state policy have been incorporated in the Constitution through the 42nd Amendment done in 1976. Through this amendment, land reforms and other progressive economic reforms were introduced. Secular. The word secular has been incorporated in the Constitution through the 42nd Amendment in 1976. No religion has been given the status of a national religion. So, India is a secular country. Citizens have the liberty to practice any religion they desire. All religions have equal status in our country. Democratic Republic. Securing the happiness of everyone is the responsibility of government in a democracy. Problems are solved through discussions. Elections are held every 5 years through universal adult franchise. The fact that our head of the state is the President of India, who is elected for a period of 5 years, proves that our country is a republic.